All right, welcome to Coffee with Markus. This episode 199. Can you believe it? And as always, we'll talk about what's happening in the markets. This will only take us 2 minutes or so. Then I'm super excited because I want to give you a sneak preview of the latest version of the PowerX Optimizer that we are going to release tomorrow. And I want to show you why I believe that this is the best scanner for the wheel strategy that is out there. Anyhow, then we're going to talk about, as always, about my current trades, my current positions, and then ask me anything. We will talk about your questions, your comments, because I appreciate you being here live. Anyhow, as you can see, lots to do, so let's get started. This show is about real money and real trades. I'll show you the trading strategies that I personally trade, the tools that I use to trade my own accounts, and we will talk about the right mindset of a trader. Now, talking about mindset, I'm going to show you how to create SRC profits. And SRC stands for systematic, repeatable, and consistent, because that is the key to long-term success in the markets. So, if you are sick of all the hype and empty promises, and you want to learn trading strategies that actually work, then click on like right now and let's get started. Let's get started. Super exciting. But before I show you the latest version of the PowerX Optimizer and why the wheel scanner got even better, let's quickly talk about what's happening in the markets. Let's see what is going on here. And as you know, yesterday the Dow made a new all-time high just intraday, couldn't finish, and today, well, we're pulling back a little bit, as you can see here. Oh, we're still on blue. This is because I signed a document earlier on my handy-dandy iPad. You get the idea here. So overall today, what are the markets doing? I mean, they are diddling around. Let's switch to a 5-minute chart so that you see it. So here we're looking at the Dow Jones. So we opened lower. So this is where we closed yesterday. We opened lower, we went sideways, pushed down a little bit, going sideways, now pushing a little bit higher. So not a whole lot going on. Seems that today the Dow is taking a breezer right now. It's down like 40 points, that's 0.1%. The S&P 500, very, very similar, but it seems that the S&P 500 tried to push higher a few times, and now as we're going into the close, also pushing higher here. The NASDAQ today, the winner. Yesterday, the NASDAQ was lagging because if you look at a daily chart here, we see that the NASDAQ is still ways away from its highs that we had earlier here. So the Dow and the S&P much, much closer. If you take a look at this, so the S&P super close, within reach of making a new all-time high, and so is the Dow. NASDAQ still a bit behind, but today, overall, the NASDAQ is doing really well. Well, and this is largely due to the fact that Tesla has been doing really well. Let's take a look at Tesla here. And here we have a 5-minute chart. So Tesla reported earnings yesterday, jumped this morning, going sideways for most of the day, but being up 3.8%, and Tesla is a heavyweight in the NASDAQ. So if Tesla is doing well, so is the NASDAQ. And this is what we see here today in the markets. So as you can see, not a whole lot going on. So you know what? Let's actually move on to our second topic, to the sneak peek of the PowerX Optimizer. So I'm super, super excited about this because, as you know, my goal is to make the PowerX Optimizer the best trading software in the world. Now, when I say the best, how do we define best? Well, this is where, let me just switch over here to the PowerX Optimizer. Show it to you, and then we will talk about what best actually means. So let's switch over here to the handy-dandy iPad, and here is how I define best. So first of all, best for me means, number one, that it is easy to use. I don't want to have a complicated software that I need days to learn. In fact, the PowerX Optimizer, you can learn it in just a matter of hours. But number two, and this for me is the most important one, it needs to be accurate. And what do you mean with accurate? Accurate means accurately picking the best stocks and options to trade. So let me just show you what is happening in the current version, and then super excited to give you a sneak peek of what is happening in the latest version. So we actually, let me show you the release notes, and approximately not quite a month ago, but let's just go here to release 2.4, which was the previous release. So release 2.4 for us was a major release, and here's why. For the PowerX strategy, we improved the scanning. And again, we'll go get to the wheel strategy here in a moment because the absolute latest version has some fascinating enhancements for the wheel strategy. But anyhow, so the improved scanning, what does this mean? Now, when we are trading the PowerX strategy, this is when we are mainly looking for a smooth P&L chart. And what does it mean? So it means that we are looking at a P&L chart that is nicely going from the lower left to the upper right. Now, what is this P&L chart? This P&L chart tells you of what would have happened to your account if you had traded this stock, in this case, FTAI, according to the rules of the PowerX strategy over the past year. And it is giving you a summary here of the numbers and then also showing you visually of how your account would have improved. And you see, you know me, I'm all about SRC profit, systematic, repeatable, and consistent. And this is why we want to have a smooth equity curve. So in the previous version, the version 2.4, we already improved the algorithm tremendously. And you might have noticed it that over the past 3 weeks, the stocks that are showing up on the scanner have a much, much better P&L. Now, it's not yet perfect, but you see this here is actually pretty good. It has been going sideways, so there's still a few stocks that you flag as a no, but you might have noticed if you're an existing user that it is actually much better. So recently, some of the trades that we entered here, so let's just talk about it. So since we released the latest version, we entered SFix, Stitch Fix as a trade. And as you can see, the P&L chart here, pretty beautiful. So this worked well. However, we entered and then we exited on a black bar. So Stitch Fix, based on a $20,000 account, was a loss of $231.12. So this was a loss. However, then a few days ago, we had FNGU. So FNGU came up on the scanner, and I hope that you took FNGU. So this looked really, really good here. We took it, we already realized profits we got out of this yesterday. And so the trade here, yesterday we closed it at $396.93. So if you think about it, so we had one trade minus 231.12 and then plus 396. These are the closed trades. Now let me show you a few other trades that popped up on the scanner recently. So here we have FTAI, here we have LAC, and then NVDA. And just so that you see where do we stand with these trades based on the small $20,000 account right here. So let's just log in, let's see. And we see that with FTAI, we are right now up $226. Again, this is open profits, so these can disappear at any given time. Then we have LAC up thus far $86, NVDA up $400. So if we take all this, it's 226, so that's around 300. So it's another around $700 that we have in open P&L. So that's not bad at all. And you see, this is one of the things that we did with the PowerX Optimizer. Let me just jump back here to improve the algorithm to, again, not be only easy to use, that's easy, but number two, be more accurate. And you might have noticed this over the past few weeks. Now, another huge improvement that we did here is that we actually now have live data. So if you look at the last bar here, this blue bar, that is actually live data. So this way, you don't have to check in your broker platform, okay, where is it trading right now? You don't have to check it on TradingView. You see it right now here in PowerX Optimizer. So this is pretty cool. And this was here a huge enhancement in 2.5. Now I want to show you of what we are working on right now. And I want to show you a sneak peek of the latest version 2.50. And so in order to do this, because this is where now, you see in 2.4 and 2.5, we mainly made some enhancements to the PowerX strategy. And now in the latest version that we will release most probably tonight. So talking to the dev team, We'll see. I'll know more tonight whether we are doing it or not. Otherwise, we'll do it in the beginning of the week. But let me show you of what happened here with the wheel analyzer. Now, when we talk about the wheel, so first of all, you know that if you look at any stock here, for example, AMC, that there's two things before you're selling puts according to the wheel strategy, right? You want to, number one, ask yourself, do I want to own this stock? And number two, do you want to own it at the level, the price that PowerX Optimizer is suggesting here, the wheel scanner? Okay, so let's start with number one. Do you want to own the stock? And this is where we implemented a new feature that I'm super excited about. We already did this in 2.5, but you might not have noticed it. You see, we have a little megaphone right here next to the stock. And here's what it does. This little megaphone, when you click on it, will open up Google Finance to give you vital information about the stock. And here is what I'm looking for. You might have heard me talking about value stocks versus growth stocks, right? So this is where right now we see the financial performance for the last few quarters, or we can even click on this annually so that we see the annual performance. And this will help you dramatically to see, is it a value stock or is it a growth stock? Now, AMC is not the best example because AMC is actually a meme stock. But you also see here the latest news. Anyhow, you know Google Finance. I don't have to sell you on Google Finance, but it makes it here super easy to see of what is happening. Let me just sort it here by flags. And let's, for example, take a look at PayPal, for example. So PayPal holdings, if you look at this, and if we check here, the annual growth, let me just quickly go here. Then we see this is actually right now, PayPal, for me, in my book, is a value stock. How is this defined? Well, we have slow and steady growth, nothing too crazy, and we are also profitable. As you can see here, the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years, PayPal has been profitable. And with growing revenues, also the profits are growing. So this is exactly what I'm looking for. If you want, you can also check the quarterly and see how we have been doing quarterly. And it's not as important as the annually, but this gives you an idea. So this is the one thing where we answer the question, number one, do you actually want to own the stock? Now, here is something that we are releasing tomorrow in the latest version. So this is where here you have a sneak preview of version 2.5.1 that is coming out probably tomorrow or definitely in the next few days. And what you will see here is a blue line. So what does this blue line do here? And the blue line shows you the lowest close of the last 8 weeks. And why is this so significant? Well, because ever since we have been trading the wheel strategy, and by we, I mean my head coach, Mark Hodge, and I, we always look back at last 8 weeks to find some solid support levels. And this is where we now display them visually on the chart. So for example, for AMC, the lowest low of the last 8 weeks, as you can see here, was right now $36. So what would be a good support level if you say, yes, I want to own AMC, which I hope you don't know, but hey, up to you. If you want to own the stock. Number two, what would be a good level to buy this stock at? And again, this is a rule of thumb, which shows you the resistance or the support of the last 8 weeks. And this is what we often use as guidance. Now, again, use this as guidance, not a hard rule. I mean, because here, when you look at AMC and it shows you, okay, it should be at around 36. Well, you can say, you know what, I feel more comfortable at maybe 35. So go a strike above or beyond. And you see, this is what we can do here with Oxy. So this is where it's super easy, I feel right now, to flag. Because if we are looking at the lowest low over the past 8 weeks in Oxy, it was at 24. Currently, it's trading at 32. What does it tell you? It means that right now there is no support, right? And so we want to stay away from stocks like this. So let's just take a look at a few other stocks here so that you see the idea. Here, I mainly flag them in red because I do not want to own BRZU. There's EWZ. So there's Mara. So Mara, super interesting stock, right? I mean, bound to Bitcoin. So as you can see right now, it is trading at 51. The lowest low over the last 8 weeks was around 30 and a half. So this is where I would be much more comfortable owning the stock. And as you can see right now, the strike prices are only between 42 and 43. So this is where we have enough premium. So therefore, for me, this would absolutely be a no. So I'm super excited about this. Now, another thing that we also have implemented here in the same way as we have it with the PowerX Optimizer, you now have here live data. So previously we had the data, I believe it was 15 minutes delayed. 50 minutes delayed. So right now, the 5112 is actually the live data. So this will help you to see what a stock is doing. So I'm super excited about this. I think this is a major help for you to decide, number one, do you want to own the stock? And number two, at what level? Because here's the deal. This is what I see is the number one mistake that traders make when they are trading the wheel. That they are actually selling puts on stocks that they don't want to own. And then come Friday, they say, I hope that I do not get assigned. And you see, the way to trade the wheel is on Friday that you're looking forward to getting assigned. I'll show you the trades that I'm in here in just a moment, and you'll see the puts that I have sold. I absolutely want to own that stock, and I also want to own it at that level. You know what? Actually, why don't we look at this together right now? So one of the puts that I've sold this week is CWH, Camping World. And if we bring up the Camping World here, you see that we actually see that the lowest close of the last 8 weeks was exactly at $36. Do you see it? And this is exactly the put that I sold. So I sold the 36 put. And this is how I believe that this new feature will help you tremendously, because you can very easily see, okay, where is good support? I mean, you tell me, what do you think about this? If you like this new feature, give me a thumbs up. This way I know that you're as excited about it as I am. And I think it's really making it easier for you to not only find the right stocks, but also make sure that you're only selling puts at a level that does make sense. Again, this is not a hard rule, because as you can see right now, it says that the lowest close of the last 8 weeks was 37, but you get the idea. So instead of 37, it would make more sense for me to go to the 36 level. You get the idea. So let me give you a brief history of this indicator. So this is something that Mark and I have been doing for a long time. And in the beginning of the year, we asked one of our mastermind members how to actually program this indicator for us. And at the point, we did it in TradingView. And shortly after How did it, we had another mastermind member, and his name is Jan, and he's from the Netherlands. And he said, oh my gosh, this is actually very, very cool. I'm taking it to the next level. So he has programmed this indicator into TradingView for our mastermind group. And the indicator that Jan has programmed is much more sophisticated, and we've been using it in our mastermind. It has been helping our mastermind tremendously. But this is where I thought, you know what, we should have a simplified version of the indicator for you. And this is what we are going to release. Okay, so let me show you one more thing that you might or might not know. So recently, what we did is, let me just see, I think we did it in release 2.3. There we go. In release 2.3, we actually introduced, no, I clicked on something that I shouldn't have clicked on, which is okay. We introduced a wheel scanner filter. And here is where it is and what it does. So if you're going to filters right up here, you see that you can actually filter by flag, right? So if you have flagged, for example, a stock that you never want to trade, you say, okay, never show me this stock. But here's the really cool thing. it allows you to filter by strike price. And why is that important? Well, this is important if you're trading a smaller account. By default, the options that we are filtering out are between $15 and $400. Now, here's the deal. If you have a stock that is trading at $400 and you're selling a strike of $400 for one option that you're selling, you would need $40,000. And you might say, I have a much smaller account. I have a $20,000 account or $30,000 account. Okay, great. This is where we recommend that you actually limit it and say, for example, all right, instead of going for a max of 400, you go for strike prices between 15 and 40. Here's why. If you are selling one option at a strike price of 40, you need $4,000 in buying power. Now, this is where, see, if you have a $20,000 account, you could actually afford to sell an option for $4,000. So this is where, instead of just seeing a bunch of, let me just show you here, a bunch of stocks on this list that you cannot trade based on your account size, you can just say, all right, you know what, let's actually just show stocks that are below $40, where the strike price are below $40. And you see, the list has right now narrowed dramatically. So instead of looking through stocks and getting frustrated because I don't have enough buying power to do it, and you now only have 4. Now, another cool thing is that we have here is where you can say, okay, you know what, let me just reset this filter and then say, you know what, I don't want to see all the expirations for next week. I only want to trade this week's expiration. Well, we got you covered. So instead of seeing all of the expiration, we can say, okay, only stocks that expire tomorrow. And you see right now only one pops up because today, as we are doing this Coffee with Markus live, it is Thursday, and no surprise that for tomorrow we only have one stock popping up. But this is super helpful because here is my rule of thumb. Let's actually do this. So on a Monday and Tuesday, I like to trade stocks that expire on Friday. So that only have here, I would say, 4 to 5 days to expiration. On Wednesday, I like to look at stocks that expire this Friday and next Friday. And then usually on Thursday and Friday, I like to look at options that expire next week. And you see, this is where it's super easy for me to do it right now with this filter that we have. Now, we also have an RI filter, and this is where you say you want to have a minimum return on investment. Right now, we have set the minimum to 30. We're going to change this. We're going to change this so that you can say, you know what, I would be happy if I'm getting an annualized RI of, let's say, 20%. Or maybe you want to go for only 15%. Or maybe you say, if I'm not getting at least 40% per year, I'm not trading the wheel. So this is, I believe, a tremendous help. Now, here is one thing in the current version. So I'm switching back here to the current version. If you have applied a filter, let's say we're going for next week's expiration, and you see, then we can close the filter here. So right now, it shows this blue little dot here that actually indicates, oh, you have a filter on. And you see, this is quite easy to miss. So here's another very cool thing that the development team did for the latest version here. Now you will see a big fat reset button up here. And this reset button is only there if you have selected anything. So if, for example, I say, okay, I want to see all, do you see this? Now the reset button is gone. So there's no more reset button right here. So I think this is super helpful. This way you know whether you have filters enabled or not. Okay, anyhow, so these are all the cool new enhancements that we have for you. And keep an eye on the version. We will usually display a banner on top when we release a new version. Oh, I have something more exciting for you. Before we actually move on and take a look at my current trades that I'm in, let me announce something really, really special. Here's something that I want to do for the 200th episode. As I said, Coffee with Markus, this is episode 199. And I really want to thank you for being here, for yeah, enjoying Coffee with Markus, for supporting this channel, for liking this video. Hint, hint. Anyhow, for leaving all of the comments that I really appreciate. And here's what I want to do. I thought, how can we celebrate the 200th episode? And I thought, how about we trade live together for a full week? See, this is usually something that I only do with my mastermind members. And I thought, you know what? To celebrate the 200th episode, why don't we trade together next week using the latest version of the PowerX Optimizer to find trades according to the PowerX strategy, to find trades according to the wheel, to open trades, to close trades, to place a stop loss, place a profit target, anyhow. And I want to make this available for the special price of $0, of free. What do you think about this? Do you like this idea? If you like this idea, let me just show you. So next week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 4 days of live trading. Just go to rockwelltrading.com/open to register. It's really that easy. And the reason why I'm asking for your first name and your email address, it's very easy because I would like to send you reminders when we are going live. So this way you're not missing it. And yeah, go for it. Doesn't matter if right now you are a current owner of the PowerX Optimizer, or if you are if you're absolutely new and you have never used PowerX Optimizer before and just want to watch us trading live, then just go to rockwelltrading.com/open and we'll do it together. I thought that would be cool. Do you like this idea? All right. So again, we're still one episode away, but on Monday is the 200th episode. So I thought, why not? Okay, so let's actually talk about the positions that I am in right now. And we start actually, why don't we go back to the PowerX Optimizer, and I'll show you the positions that I'm in according to the PowerX strategy. So I already told you, FNGU, we entered this. Let me just show you, I need to zoom out a little bit. So we entered this trade a few days ago, right here. So this was, I don't know, 4 or 5 days ago, and we exited this yesterday at the profit target. So this looks like a cross here, but you get the idea. So this was a $396 winner, and this is based on the $20,000 account. So then we also have 3 trades open, and this FTAY. So this is an open trade. Entered this at, as you can see here, at $25.87, and right now it is trading at $26.60. So not a whole lot, but if you go back to the live account, we see FTAA up $180. So it's on its way. And you see, don't babysit PowerX trades. So if you look at the PowerX trade here, then we see that we can expect to be in this trade for an average of 8 to 11 days. It could be as much as 29 days. This was the longest trade, right? So we have been in this trade for a couple of days only. So therefore, it's good that it is up here, and so far, so good. We also have our exit sets. So this is where we have our exits, and they are in the market. And you see, I have them here at advanced OCO orders. Let me see if I find the one for FT. No, there it is probably. FTIA. Here are the orders that we have in the market for this stock, the stop loss and the profit target. So then LAC is another one up $75. We can go back here. So LAC also entered a few days ago. So LAC has been a little bit all over the place. So we entered it right on this day. So this was our entry price at $25.97, and you see the current price is $25.80. So just up 3 cents, and this is why it's $80. It has been moving higher, but didn't reach our first profit target. So our first profit target here, oops, let me just zoom in. There we go. It's at $30.12. So we want this stock to run up here. Anyhow, also the exit orders are in the market already. And let's go to the last one, and this is NVIDIA. So NVIDIA doing well. This has been a stock that popped up October 18th. What is today? 21st? So 3 days ago. So NVIDIA here entered at $219.32. Current price, $227. as we hear the ding, 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 markets are closed right now. So here we are. So up our first profit target here at $232. So we need to move, we need NVDA to move $5 higher here. Okay, cool. So these are the trades according to the PowerX strategy. Now let's switch over to the wheel trades. So the wheel trades that I'm in right now, let's actually go back to a daily chart. There is 4 trades. One of them is being CWH. So CWH, we used it earlier as an example. I sold the 36 put, and this is expiring tomorrow. Right now, it's trading at $37.22. So overall, we're doing good. If I'm getting a sign in CWH, I don't care because I really like CWH. I've been trading this earlier this year, and it has been, look at this. I mean, if you're zooming out a little bit so that you see this beautiful range that CWH has been trading in pretty much since the beginning of 2021. See that there's a beautiful range established between around 36 and 44. And this is where earlier this year, traded it a lot, got a sign, sold calls, sold more puts. So this is where we have been wheeling this quite a lot. Okay, JWN. So this here's a trade where I got assigned at 30. We talked about this in the previous Coffee with Markus. What is today? Thursday. So on Monday, talked about this, that right now I have sold the 30 calls. So if by tomorrow it is trading above 30, these shares are getting called away, and I'm realizing a few $1,000s in collected premium. However, if they expire worthless tomorrow, I can sell more calls, collect more premium, and this should be good. So we'll see what happens today. We closed at 29.28. So LVS is another stock that I'm in. So LVS is a stock that I initially entered at $58. And as you can see, this has been dropping here. So I was assigned at $58. I flew a partial rescue mission, so meaning that I was selling more puts, lowered my cost basis to $51.42. But right now it's trading at $38.77. So we discussed this in detail in Monday's Coffee with Markus. So if you're interested in this, I'll leave a link in the description. Don't think that we need to do it in every single one. But right now, I mean, just to quickly look at the account. So on this particular one, on the stock, I'm down $32,000. And in premium collected, let me just quickly check this. In premium collected here, and again, everything is here in Monday's Coffee with Markus. We have $7,000. So this is, if I would liquidate it right now, would be at around $25,000. But LVS, they had earnings yesterday, was a little bit disappointing, but they said, hey, overall, we're doing good. We just need Asia to open the borders again and allow people to travel, and then we should be fine. And then last but not least, so Right is just diddling around here, and I'm not too surprised. I mean, there's no major news right now. Also, we dissected this trade in detail on Monday, so I'll leave a link in the description. So right now, I'm massively down in Right because originally I got assigned, let's just zoom out here, at $21.50. I've been able to lower my cost basis to $12.86, my break even to $11.71, but as you can see, there's still, it's underwater. So what is that to the break, or I don't know how you want to calculate it to the break even. Let's just say here it's approximately $7.80 per share, and I own 15,000 shares of Right. And again, in the previous video, we did a lot there. Okay, so these are my positions. This is what is currently going on. And with that said, I'm looking forward to right now talk about your comments, your questions, your feedback. So let's do this, and let's actually take a look at this. I need to scroll back. You see, there's a lot of comments. So good to see. Donald says, Markus on the green screen. Who knew? I don't know. I'm on a green screen? No, this is real. This is here. A wall. This is not green screen. So all of this is it's pretty real. I tried green screens. It doesn't work. It doesn't work with the hair. You see, in order to be on the green screen, they always say you need to have short hair or wear a hat. So green screen doesn't work for me. at all. Different story. Okay, so good to see you, everybody here. All right, Jeff says, any updates on your goals for the year? Real estate, I need to do that. You know what? Might be a good episode for episode 200. I'll see. I'll think about it this weekend. Okay, so we shall see. Kai from Germany, so good to see you. And Carl says the updates have been awesome so far. Yeah, and I mean, you might have noticed this. We are actually releasing new updates fairly quickly. So if you look at our release schedule here, so we released one on 29th of September, then October 14th, then hopefully if everything goes according to plan on October 22nd, otherwise early next week. We had here one on 15th of September, August 18th, August 11th. So yeah, I have a very, very busy and awesome development team that helps me to implement my vision of making this the best software in the world. Okay, cool. What else? Webby says, love that it's a white background, so much easier to see the numbers at a glance. Oh, you mean the PowerX Optimizer? See, it doesn't really matter because we do have a dark theme. So you can use a white background, or if you choose to, you can use a dark theme. So we do have a dark theme. It really depends what is easier for you to read. So both is available here in the PowerX Optimizer. Anyhow, thanks for the feedback. Cool. All right. So this previous message got deleted. We're not deleting messages. Enjoyed using the PowerX software. Started in June. Made my process much simpler. Just broke 100,000 realized for the year this week. That's awesome, Carl. Thank you so much for sharing. Cool. So let's see. I'm trying to figure out how I can use the PowerX. Doing most of it by myself, by Excel, and that's fine. You see, if you're an Excel wizard, there's probably some things that you can do. I don't know. I mean, I trust me. I tried to figure it out, couldn't, and this is why at some point I just asked the developer to start developing PowerX, and it was just for my head coach Mark Hodge, myself, and our families. And then at some point we just decided to make this available. And I think the scanner, because we are running a few million calculations every night. And also when we are updating the scanner throughout the day, it's a few 10,000 calculations, and I wouldn't know how to run this in Excel, just to let you know. Okay, so mine says 2.5, and I have the blue bar live quote as we watch. Well, this is for the PowerX Analyzer, but not yet for the wheel. Trust me on this one, you don't have this for the wheel yet. Okay, cool. What else? Edgar is making money with it. That is fantastic. Teresa, so good to see you. All right. What else? Jeff from Alaska. Good to see you. All right. Max says, you're the best. Everything you say and do is working. Okay. PowerX is working great also. Thank you, and never stop. I'm not planning to do this because I'm having a blast. I don't know if you can tell, but I love talking about trading. I love trading. And you know what? I discovered this YouTube thing here in the beginning of the pandemic. If you remember, that's when we started Coffee with Markus. I believe it was in February or March 2020. And now here we are 200 episodes later. And trust me, I wouldn't do it if I didn't have fun with this. So, and I do. And this is where I really appreciate you being here. I mean, you guys are awesome. Love you. So thank you so much for liking the video, sharing the video. Hint, hint, if you like it. Anyhow, good to see you. Webby says the megaphone is a nice added feature. Yeah, I thought it would be easy. And we thought about, should we implement the news? And then we thought, no, Google is so awesome. Would be so much easier to just open a window. And we thought, should we just embed it in an iframe? But see, we were looking at all different ways to improve the software. And we thought it would be easier to just open a new tab here. All right. Very, very cool. So Natcha says, only trade certain industry shares and options. Yeah, and I believe that this where an Excel spreadsheet might be helpful if you have a limited amount of shares and options. We are scanning all of the stocks and all of the options. And that's why sometimes we have a pretty long list. And now we have the filters to filter it down. All right. What else? Tom, you're watching at McDonald's. You're cracking me up. That's awesome. Okay. So, Sama, do you plan to implement also resistance level for short strangles? Not yet, and here's why. The PowerX Optimizer is doing what I personally do because I don't want to recreate, let's say, a think or swim platform. I just wanted to have a software that, again, keep in mind, easy to learn and very accurate. See, if you have a more complicated software, it's no longer easy to learn. For those of you who have Think or Swim, how long did it take you until you learned how to use all the bells and whistles? So I want to keep it easy. I want to keep it simple and make it just, very easy for everybody to use it. Cool. All right. Edgar says, it's getting better. Darkman, it's matured so much from last year. Version 2.0 was big, and then version 2.4, another huge improvement in the algorithm, how we filter out the best stocks every day to trade here. Anyhow, good. We also have the Tradier integration. We'll talk about this another day, but makes it super easy. And this is one of the next things that we are working on, version 2.6. So version 2.6, we will integrate OCO orders right into PowerX Optimizer. And I'll keep you posted and show you of what's happening here. Very cool. Okay. Yeah, love the lowest close. And we call it Jan's indicator because, Jan took this idea and really took it to the next level. And it's been a game changer. You're absolutely right. Absolutely right. And the lowest close indicator saves a lot of time. I believe so. And people ask if we are implementing a filter for this. Probably not, because it's a guideline, not a hard rule here. Okay. So Günther, where can we find this indicator from Jan for TradingView? Not at all. This is exclusive for our mastermind. And so this where I want to be fair to Jan, who invested a lot of time and effort into this. And Jan said, well, we'll make it available for the mastermind members. So this is not a public indicator here. This is just for our inner circle group here. All right, PKO says, filter has been great for my buying power when my buying power is low. I agree, that's what we invented it for. Okay, cool. What else? Is there a way to remove the ceiling on the stock? Very soon. Very soon we will lift the lower level, right, which right now is 15, and also the upper level. We still would recommend between 15 and 400. But we might actually do this in the next version. Right now we are releasing 2.5.1. We have another version planned, 2.5.2, where we have a few smaller improvements. And then 2.6, we can actually do that. That's definitely on the list. I need to see for what version we have planned it, but we should be good here. All right. So Zia says, can we have a filter to select only large cap and mid cap stocks? Let me think about it. Might be a good idea. Okay, good. So Wave Wonder says, I think you have traded right before, but you have given it a black skull. Can you explain your change of opinion? Oh yeah, absolutely. You see, if you're looking back at, let's just bring it up. Let me go to PowerX Optimizer. Let me go to the wheel, and I'm sharing my screen with you. And since you said earlier that you like this, I just want to. Wait, I need to go here. Perfect. So Riot at some point was trading in line with Bitcoin. So you have these blockchain technology companies here where you have Riot and Mara. And this is Riot, and it has been tracking Bitcoin very closely. Let's actually bring up Mara here for a moment. And you see Mara is actually tracking Bitcoin perfectly. So Bitcoin made a all-time high. This was in April, right? Then it was retracing to 30,000. We're talking about Bitcoin, and now it is making new all-time highs. So Mara is actually mirroring this perfectly. And if you look at Riot, you see that Riot is no longer tracking Bitcoin. And this is where, for me personally, I don't understand the story anymore. Talked to this with my mastermind group last week and also this morning. So it made new all-time high, retraced back, but now it's not going higher. Why? What's happening? Why is this no longer tracking Bitcoin? And this is why it's a black skull for me right now. I don't understand the story. Anyhow, does this help? Cool. All right. What else? Okay. So this is probably a bunch of feedback for the for the 4-day live trading that we have next week. And yeah, I'm super excited if you want to do this. And no, this is not only, so next week is not only for members and not for PXO users, it's for everybody. So if you just want to see what I do, you know that I'm an open book here. And if you would like to see how I trade every day, so we're doing it probably for around an hour every morning, because that's pretty much what I do. So 15 minutes before the markets open and then 45 minutes after the market opens. So like an hour, 15 minutes. And again, if you haven't seen it yet, let me just quickly bring it up. So rockwelltrading.com/open. This is where you can register for it. And yeah, it will be pretty cool. Okay. So Maybe Wonder says, wonderful celebration. Oops, let me come back here. There we go. For the 200th episode, where did your comment go? Right there. One person wins the PowerX software. You know what? Not a bad idea at all. I like that. You know what? Why don't we do that? I like that. Okay. So if you're showing up next week for our live trading, must be present to win. So on one of these days, haven't decided yet, but I'll give away a PowerX Optimizer. Sounds like a great idea. Thanks for the suggestion. All right. Good. What else do we have? Oh my gosh. Yeah, I remember the 100th episode goodies. This is great. We'll do something special here. It'll be fine. It'll be fun. All right. So, Carlson, is it the plan to have the ability to change the number of contracts in the wheel calculator? Not yet. No, why? Because honestly, I mean, why would you change it there? I'll think about it. I'll see, right? I mean, here's the deal. We right now have a long list. We have planned out the versions until 2.17. We're just releasing 2.5. Yeah, and we have planned everything until 2.17. So trust me, a lot of great features are coming. And we're looking at what makes the most sense here. All right. Yeah. Oh, Jeff says, happen to be wearing some merch that I won on the 100th episode. Cool. Maybe we do something special on the 200th episode as well. Okay. A lot of us got $100. Really? Is that what you did? I can't remember. It's been so long. But we'll definitely do something very cool for you. All right. Cool. So yeah, I'm super excited about this. And again, if you want to hang out next week and trade live together, where is it? Go to rockwelltrading.com/open and do me a favor. If you like this idea and you think that others should see this, just share this video. Share this video with others. There's the share button right below this video, and you can share it, I don't know, on Facebook, by email, in forums. I mean, just share it with your friends so that they can register too. I think the more the merrier. Why not? Let's do it. Okay, anyhow. So, 199th episode. That is a wrap. Hope that you're as excited as I am about next week and also the latest version of the PowerX Optimizer here. Hey, have a great rest of your day. Watch the videos that are popping up here right now. I hope that they do. And then we will see you in the next video. Take care, everybody.